No! Alright, that sucks. I don't know why this is on, default, but that's, yeah, oh well. Good thing they're both early pulling so we can get the hell done with this shit. In the top left, as the red Zerg, it is Denver, and he's going for a 12 pool. In the bottom right, as the blue Zerg, it is sort of also going for an earlier pool. Thank you, Molly, for the 50 bits. Hey, Diesel, what's up? Hey, guys. You're all rolling in through here. So, big difference, right? We have sort of... No, we have Denver. Just went over sort of. We have Denver going for the drone. Not a scout. Intentionally avoiding any potential Overlord pathing, but that's actually... Overlords will go straight to the other side. So, it's just about avoiding maybe like a little curve here, and then... Again, probably not going to have any Overlord issues here, but you're waiting until the very last second to really show that you're going to have a drone build what should be a spine crawler. Now, he actually almost messes it up here. The Lings come forward because, well, he didn't know that sort of was also early pooling, but sort of is going for the hatchery early pool, right? So, not going to have a spine crawler, but unfortunately... does have the Lings out already to deal with this, whereas, you know, if it was just droning, then they wouldn't have scouted the drone, and then, you know, also they wouldn't be able to help kill the spine crawler. So Denver's gambit so far not really working out. As far as it looks right now, he is going to lose the Ling War and lose the hatchery timing war. The only thing that he has going better for him is, yeah, the faster queen. So, you know, the injects will help a little bit, but I don't think either one of them are really planning on following up with a lot of Lings. They don't have speed, they don't have a Baneling Nest, right? Which, again, maybe a point in Denver's side, he does have better scouting than sort of. So, yeah, little bits here and there. Maybe this game isn't entirely over, but Denver did waste a drone, and, he has that hatchery a little farther back. But, you know, look at this. I mean, he's actually ahead in drones because he made one less Ling couple, I believe. Like, little bits, right? Little bits here and there. And since it is still kind of close, I guess they're both going to go ahead and just macro out of this. So, damn it. You guys, I didn't want to cast with this overlay. Alright. Just spawn in the chat again. You know, since there's such a big delay. I mean, it's a 3-minute delay, guys. Like, when possible, I'm going to try and talk to you guys in chat. Especially if there's not much going on. And there's not much going on. But we do have, finally, the difference of build. I suppose the follow-ups are going to be different here. We have sort of going for speed, so probably going to get that faster third. Probably, it's actually kind of weird because of such a extreme opener for both sides, but that would typically what would happen, right? The person who gets speed gets a faster third base, they can control the map better, they can defend their third better, especially against what is just still going to be slow roaches, because they can scout them and defend appropriately, hopefully, because they won't be hitting for quite some time. And then Denver goes for the, as of for right now, the more economical and just skipping a step, right? Neither one of them is going to go for a Baneling Nest. Although, if Denver gets sight on the Wiggly Jiggly pool... Actually, you know what? No, he doesn't have to go for a Baneling Nest. No, it'd still be worthless to go for one. He's already on Roach Tech. He is protected on 2 bases. Yeah, I can't think of a reason why he'd go for a Baneling Nest here. But he does save money in 100 gas minerals by skipping that speed, and then just even walling off for extra protection. Doesn't have to build that many roaches to help out if you got a wall and a bunch of queens. And the speed here is not really going to be so useful for sort of. So But it does go down to that whole, like, okay, well, you get the faster third, and I temporarily feel safer, or eventually I might fall back. You know, like, there's potential here. Speed can always get the cancel, for instance. I mean, Denver going for a little bit of a greedy one. If the Lings are right on this immediately, he might have had to cancel it, which is a good chunk of change. Maybe even snipe the drone, right? That's a good start. But it's actually not happening. So Speedlings could have gotten that. Doesn't happen. Speedlings could maybe do a run by. Don't get that. They could maybe get us around on a decent number of roaches. They're not doing that. So far, not looking like the best. But it is just 100, and as we get farther into the ZVZ, then that's going to matter less and less, right? By 10 minutes, you don't care that you lost your first Reaper, right? But for a minute after you lose your first Reaper, it's kind of scary. ZVZ, yeah. I am a little scared about these double upgrades. So, double evolution chamber for the wall off, but actually being used here as well. Something that sort of would have seen both evolution chambers being all wiggly. He's only going for the one evolution chamber, which makes sense. That's what you would expect, I suppose. But not for +1 missile. Actually going for the carapace. This will obviously affect both of his roaches and his lings. But he will just straight up be behind an upgrade no matter what he does here. So, well, we're going to see how this works out because Denver is hitting with almost perfectly the 1-1. Now, carapace isn't quite done. It's a little premature here, so the upgrades are even. The unit counts are also pretty even, and those lings aren't completely useless yet. There are only 9 of them, so they really aren't going to help out very much, but even if they get like a partial surround and stop a retreat from Denver who realizes he can't take the army on, that might have mattered, but I don't think it is here. The Lings are actually going for a run by. They do grab 2 queens, it looks like. Mistransfuse, as Denver was focusing entirely on the attack, which is currently being rebuffed by SortOf's defender's advantage. I mean, he wasn't that far behind in the roaches to begin with. The upgrade only kicked in partially into that fight, and you really, you know, defender's advantage kind of covers a lot of things, and for that specific fight, when it was already so close in roach numbers, I think it covered that +1 carapace that was missing, and now we're going into perhaps even upgrades with a 1-1. That'll probably be the next fight, but actually it looks like, yeah, okay, that's pretty damn close. So now Denver will still have that upgrade lead. So it feels definitely like Denver's in the lead, but it's been really hard to tell exactly because, well, maybe I don't need Game Heart. I definitely need a not default overlay to really try to gather as much information as fast as possible. So quick check over to the units, right? Equal drone count, but was it always the case? We can actually go to the income advantage and see that it's been a little bit different. There was a point, as I brought up, where maybe Denver felt a little bit safer. Maybe he did have like a couple more drones, but there wasn't a third base to saturate nearly as quickly. Or maybe it was SortOf who actually played a little bit greedier and got more drones. Point is, SortOf is the one that has that economic boost, and that should directly go into the roach numbers, especially because he didn't also go into the second evolution chamber. So thankfully, I am correct. I don't look really stupid. He does have 45 roaches to 31, equal number of ravagers and equal number of drones. So this could be a good fight for SortOf, as he does hit, oh my god, this time it was actually, oh, so perfect, just before +2 finished. So they were equal upgrades until just now, but it was when SortOf was breaking through Denver's inferior roach count, even got on top of the ravagers. That was a great start for SortOf, who I'm going to guess didn't think that he was going to be that perfectly lined up there, but just saw an opportunity, saw that his army was bigger. Here come those Lings from behind, also jumping on top of the Ravagers, helping to kill them, helping to keep them in place as well so they can't retreat. And I do believe, yes, SortOf will take the lead in this series, but it is a best of 3, and there is a loser's bracket, so even if they're out, they're not completely out. Hi, Joe. Actually, Fear Dragon has been, like, he's got, like, the Logos mod as his, like, Mormon Bible, which I guess is just the Bible. And he's been, like, carrying it around and telling any, like, you know, experienced caster, like, you guys, you gotta check this out. Joe did this really cool thing. Yeah. Thank you, Clarude, for the 5 months. Oh, wrong map. So Denver falls in game number 1. Double upgrades did not end up doing what he wanted, and that was unfortunate. You know, that punch up with the economy that sort of really did directly translate into these roaches. And even if Denver had that +2 done, it kind of felt like it was going to be a loss for him anyways. But that was an amazing timing to hit. Like that +1 versus +2 was like literally 10 seconds and sort of like hit as his finished. And thus 10 seconds before Denver's finished. Like, you couldn't really ask for anything more perfect. But, yeah, just the more units, it seemed like it was going to be broken anyways. Which, oops. I think we forgot a caster, but as long as it didn't forget me. All's fair in love and StarCraft. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the last game. The last game was just so weird, too. Like, I really did not get to see who jumped up in drones a little bit faster, but if I had to guess, right, it's that sort of maybe fit in, like, 6 more drones when Denver was being a little cautious. And, you know, it's more power to him. So he takes that first game that started off very weird. You know, initially I was going to say that Denver was behind, and then it seemed like it was going to be okay, and then the double upgrades seemed like they could have been a big deal, but they didn't end up being nearly as much of a big deal as sort of getting that superior economy. So that's how it goes, I suppose. EVC can be such an interesting matchup, especially when both of them go for double early pools. But as you can see, neither one of them doing it here. In the top left, down 1, it is the red Zerg, Denver.
Resubscription received. Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
In the bottom right, as the blue Zerg, it is SortOf. Thank you, SortOf, for the 29 months. Whoop. A little bit of ZGB love. See, I feel comfortable using the ZGB love because it's not me showing love, which I'm incapable of doing. It's Nugget. She's only affectionate and very, you know, sporadic bursts. So, slightly different opener. I believe Denver went for the 16 hatch, which does equal up your queens a bit faster. It can help against some of those early pools, where SortOf did not worry so much. So his hatchery is like he's a little tiny bit behind. It's such a small difference, guys, but when it does come to, like, I'm not sure it helps against every variety of the early pool because there are so many, right? There's the gasless, there's gasless and gas, there's queen first and not, there's hatchery, you know, like, you know, right? There's so many of them. Lambo did an excellent video. If you guys ever want to Google that, you're Zerg and you have trouble against such early pools. But anyways, ooh, fast lair. Wow, that's a super fast lair. Oh my god. Okay. But it does, I imagine, help a little bit that those queens helping at the same time. Then you got on the ramp a little bit faster. And Port Alexander is a map where you can get to the ramp, or some other maps. I'm thinking like Automaton. It's a little harder to get there. But no early pools. What we have is an early lair. So stupidly early, really. And I kind of mean that. Like, this is dangerous. Denver obviously going for like a normal time speed. You can see that even that is not going to really be able to punish the lair that quickly. But if Denver were going for like a 2 base all in with Lings, and he's just like bulking Lings up, oh, it's sort of totally dead. I don't think you hold that even with a wall. Although I could be wrong, maybe you can. But you have to scout it too and make sure you have like a full wall. Like, it's just a super dangerous thing to do. But he's going for it, and he's gonna add on the Roach Warren Evolution Chamber. I didn't think that's how early you got the lair, but last game, of course, was really odd because they both went for the early pool, and I haven't brushed up on the time. Okay, I was like pretty sure this wasn't the macro lair timing. I mean, come on. All right, yeah, it is a Nidus Worm. So right now, Denver is saying, okay, you're playing the 2 base long game here. Maybe you have a timing attack with roaches with an upgrade, or maybe you're just gonna plan on going for the 3rd base a little bit later, but the lair is not assumed to be done at this point. Denver wants to see that. As soon as he saw the lair, we don't have to see the Nidus Worm because it would be obvious, but he's not going to see the lair. This Overlord is super sneaky. how, like, there's not really a lot of times where the Zerg will use their Overlord and his ZVZ to get the scouting done. They either have to wait until it's an Overseer, or they're using it to scout reinforcements. But this almost sees the Nitoswarm, doesn't actually quite. Denver's going to miss it. He is going to see the Nitoswarm, however, but he's droning. No, he doesn't actually see it. Now he sees it, trying to go for it. Now, the Nitoswarm does not have a huge armor now, but it's just a little bit late. Wait, hold on, what's going to pop out? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Oh, it was a little late on the transfuse, but looks like it's going to be enough because there just isn't a lot available this early in ZVZ. Denver, had he immediately attacked it with those lings, I think that would not be getting up here, and he'd be buying a ton of time to get to his own roaches. But this is too much. Denver just a little bit late to it. Oh, man. And also just a little... You know, a little change up in the direction on the Overlord. You would have seen the Nitoswarm been scouting for it a little bit earlier and would have actually been able to